Alright, my friend, this is for you. We are going to be doing a general reading, just looking at where you're at, what's happening in the future, in the upcoming few months. Let's make it for just a couple of months, maybe 3 months or so. Let's have a look at that. And we're just going to do a general reading for you, just to see what's coming up for you in the next few months, get an idea, have a look at where you're at, have a look at what's happening, tap into your higher self, talk to the guides, talk to the universe, talk to the spirits, talk to the ancestors, ask them to come down, help me. And we're going to do this reading for you. Let's get started. Radio. Okay, message. Something to do with feeling, something to do with a message to do with feeling. Okay, so you're thinking about a message to do with your, let's have a look, I'll keep going. Message to do with your patience and your finances. Messages regarding finances, patience regarding that. Okay, the goal here though is to set off on an adventure, take a risk in order to have some kind of transformative experience. What you're bringing to this is creativity, and you've already attained something in regards to this. So you're bringing a creative energy, creative emotional creativity to this, an ability to build up, proven ability to build up, definitely an ability to attain in this realm, in this material realm. That's what's occupying your mind, this material realm. Feeling guided. Beautiful things and feeling guided, but wanting to surround yourself with beautiful things always. Okay. Definitely feeling about, you're thinking about just persevere with this at the moment, wherever you're at the moment. Just persevere, because you want some kind of stability. Desire stability here. Look out, little man. And okay, you're definitely on your mind, yourself. You've got yourself on your mind. You're thinking about yourself at the moment. You're thinking about who you are. Thinking about who you are at the moment. You've been very patient and you're thinking about who you are at the moment. You're thinking about regrounding, reconnecting with something, reconnecting with your guides, with your energies, but also reconnecting with something on a material plane, also reconnecting with something to do with yourself in the material plane. Beautiful things. It would be an idea to be out, to get out in nature, to enjoy nature, to let nature inspire you. Think about being inspired by nature and where you are. There will be some kind of message. You're receiving some kind of message. You might be receiving some kind of messages from your guides that you need to listen to. Through whatever you're doing in a material realm, and what you're really looking at is some kind of transformation. You're thinking of taking a risk in a journey. You might be worried about being seen or judged or seen as doing something strange, but you want a transformation. The goal here is to transform. The goal here is to change. The goal here is to fundamentally change. And should you draw on your emotional creativity, your ability to build things up, your proven ability to build things up, you do have the potential right now to build financially, to build on your finances. You might be thinking about a new business venture here. Something to do with art and creativity, something to do with art, feeling engaged in nature and art, some kind of, you need to persevere with something though. The time isn't right at the moment to make any big changes. You do want to feel more stable and secure in whatever it is that's going on. Even though you want this transformation, you want to be secure. You want to feel stable. Energetically and spiritually, you want to feel stable. So you do want to embark on some kind of very significant shifting journey that's going to be quite transformative, but you want it to somehow enhance your stability. But you need to persevere at the moment. The time isn't right for this change just yet. Just persevere where you're at the moment with this. You do already have what it takes. You have what it takes to get here. You are being supported and guided as well. But really what you want is to kind of get to yourself. Get to yourself. But also on this kind of quite physical plane. Let's see if we can get some clarity here. So you want some kind of major transformation, but there's a lot of stuff going on in your physical realm, but you also want some kind of, it's a transformation to stability. A transformation to stability. And you're thinking about harmonious, this is about harmony and being surrounded by beautiful things, enjoying the wealth that you have, being surrounded by beautiful things, creating some kind of huge transformation, embarking on a new journey, and in order to transform but regain stability, in order to transform but stay stable, transform towards stability. Get in there. Transforming towards stability. In order to get back to yourself, or in order to reach yourself. So let's have a look at what shall we do? Past, present, future regarding this. Okay, wanting to feel like a guide. Okay, the seeker, really seeking something here. I'm going to just go with the seeker. This is all about some kind of transformative journey for you. Some kind of transformative journey. You've been through a period of intense searching, intense soul searching, looking at things from different perspectives and trying to find something really revolutionary. At the moment, you're at a bit of an impasse. Things aren't quite as clear as they could be. You're feeling a little bit oppressed by this. It's okay. There's a bit of an impasse. It's all right. Persevere with it. Persevere. Just persevere where you're at right now. I know you want this change, and it's a dramatic change, and that's what's calling you. And you want this change in order to feel stable. You've been on this intense journey. You've been on this intense period where you've been looking intensely into things, into things that you haven't explored before and that you thought that weren't possible to explore, and that have really opened up different worlds for you. Right now, the light isn't shining on this right now. It's just time to persevere where you're at. Just wait. You have an abundance of wealth around you. Your wealth is there. You have beauty around you. You have harmony around you. It's your beauty and your harmony. It's all around you. You have an abundance. You have an abundance. But you're still seeking to change, and you need stability. And it's to do with yourself. Okay? Persevere. You're thinking about it. Just persevere. Keep going. Just keep going where you're at. It's okay. You can draw on your intuition for this, but you are very in your head. So just keep going where you're at. This work that you did to get here right now is worthwhile. This was a really eye-opening endeavor. This was a really eye-opening endeavor that's now prompted you to want to embark on some other kind of journey that's going to be very intensely transformative. You're going to find parts. You're going to find things, find parts of yourself that you didn't realize that were there. You're creative. You have an abundance. You're capable of getting what you set out to achieve in the material realm. So just persist. Okay, let's go to strengths, obstacles, and opportunities in relation to this. Strengths, obstacles, and opportunities. The desire is to change. The goal is to change. The goal is to change but remain stable. Change towards stability. Change towards your own stability, perhaps. Change towards stability. Does that make sense? To do with yourself and who you are, and the dimensions of you, the sides of you and your potential. Get in there. Change towards yourself. Okay. Strengths, obstacles, and opportunities. Strengths, obstacles, and opportunities. Strengths, obstacles, and opportunities. Strengths, obstacles, and opportunities. The obstacle is yourself. And the strength is yourself. Mind and heart. Your mind and your heart. Mind. You need to apply some logic here in order to achieve this change. You need to apply some logic. And the opportunity that's coming is this great new idea. This great new idea for which you have trained, you have prepared, you have explored your options, you have support around you, you have a notion and your hearts, your emotions, your heart, your feelings are getting a little bit in the way of this. Don't be hard on yourself about that. The mind-heart balance is a tricky one. The mind-heart balance is a tricky one. But you have an abundance around you, and you are being guided. You have support and beauty and harmony around you. You're being guided. The time's not now to make a massive change, although that is what you really want. Don't make any huge changes right now, because an opportunity to go on this quest, go on this adventure, to change things up, to follow your heart, to follow your mind, to follow. This quest is coming up. It's an opportunity. So look out for this opportunity. Strengths, obstacles. You have a very sound mind. You're very good at thinking things through. Apply some logic to this situation. Just apply some logic. The opportunity is coming up for you to make a move, to put something into action. The opportunity is coming up, but just hold off on it for a little. Just wait. Just be persistent with where you're at. Be persistent. The opportunity is coming up. The opportunity is coming up. Let's look at what your ego versus self, what's going on with that. Your ego versus yourself. Let's have a look at that. Because your mind is in one place, your heart's in another place. You have great wealth around you. You have great, physically, the material plane, that's not a problem. That's fine. It's more about you figuring yourself out to somehow not change who you are, perhaps change who you are. Let's just say change yourself in some way. Oh my God, Father. Change yourself in some way. Change yourself in some way. But you're being supported. You've got guides around you, and you have beauty around you, and a creative capacity, a real creative capacity to make things work for you, to make things come for you, to make beautiful things happen for yourself. Harmony, beauty, nature. That's important to you, and that's something you need to dwell on. That might be, that might be something that you can use. Harmony, beauty, nature. Is that where you want to change? Is that where the change is? Changing. Anyway, let's look at soul, ego versus self. Ego versus self. Ego versus self. Changing, massive transformation into yourself. Massive transformation to complete yourself. A massive transformation in yourself. Anyway, okay. Okay, we've got your ego. What does your ego want? Your ego wants to be a leader. Your ego wants to succeed. You've got And your ego wants to complete something. Your ego needs to win this. Your ego needs to win and to succeed. Your ego wants to be your guide here. You are logical. You have the ability to think this through. You have the ability to think this through, and you're going to get an opportunity to enact that. You will get an opportunity to enact that. In what your higher self needs, is to attain emotional. It needs to acquire something emotionally. It needs to build on your you need emotional patience. You need to build up your emotional patience. And it will bring satisfaction. Your ego wants to be the boss. Your ego wants to lead you. It's very mind focused. It's very strong. Very strong. It wants to succeed and it wants to complete this. But what your soul really needs, so your ego wants to complete this. It wants this transformation. It wants this transformation to happen right now. But it's not the time. And your soul, your higher self needs you to build on your emotional stability and your emotional availability and your emotional resources and your patience. And it wants you to really achieve that and feel it in abundance. It wants an abundance of emotional stability. So you're changing this, you're going on this journey, this potentially irrational journey. You're really conflicted between mind and heart right now. Really conflicted between mind and heart, and you've been on this massive journey of seeking and discovering things that you thought were beyond your realm. There's conflict between the mind and the heart. On the one hand, the ego just really wants to win, but the heart really, yourself really needs your heart to succeed, or to build up some kind of emotional resilience perhaps. Oh, look, far out. This is really to do with your you really need to get your mind and your feelings on board with one another. Because at the moment, neither of them seems to be winning. They're at an impasse. And this is why this transformation can't take place at the moment. Even though the goal is to... what you're trying to do is achieve this version of yourself that's somehow different to do with what you've been seeking over here. Mind and ego and self. at a massive divide. Oh. You're in the middle of a tumultuous inner journey. Let's put it that way. You're in the middle of a very, you've begun a tumultuous inner journey. And the temptation is going to be to enjoy the material realm and to live in the headspace and let these guys kind of fight it out without perhaps taking charge. And the opportunity was coming for you to actually take charge. The opportunity is coming for you to take charge of the head and the heart, so that they're not competing anymore, but to create that stability that you're looking for. But just persist where you're at right now. Just be patient. Just be patient. Just be patient with where you're at right now. The opportunity is coming for you to address this and to make that change. You can create this more sort of thoroughly rounded, thoroughly, what would the word be? You can create, you have it in you, you have the resources. You have the resources to build on this within yourself. Materially, you're fine. It's all fine. Go into nature. Take time out. Surround yourself by beautiful things. You have that ability to make that change towards that stability within yourself. Just persist, because you've opened a Pandora's box. You've opened a Pandora's box and everything's rushing out at you. Yeah, everything's rushing out at you right now, and your ego wants to be in charge, which is hard for you because you are a very logical person and you have clarity of thought. So you're just sort of like going with that at the moment. But the ego and heart are fighting one another. So you've opened it. You've opened the box. You've begun this transformation. You've begun this massive journey. You've opened the box. You've begun the transformation. You've begun the journey. Look for this opportunity to go with this, to pursue. It's coming your way. Look for this opportunity for your mind to finally make the break. Your mind will make the break. And you've been on this massive journey of transformation, and you do want that to happen. You want to change somehow. Okay, that's it. That's what we've got. Okay, Amor Fati. Namaste.